All right, so I got a little exercise for you guys to work on your bars. If you remember in 2 videos ago where I talked about making your bars stand alone, meaning you can pull out one bar out your verse and it has its own statement. It's its own thing. I don't need another bar, the bar before it or the bar after it to make sense of it. And this is how rap bars are. Probably 95% of the time written, where each bar is standalone. Each bar is its own thought. Its own idea, its own situation, its own scenario. And so what we're going to do is we're going to come up with those bars. And the trick here is, it's not really a trick, but the thing is we're not just going to come up with random things about jewelry, a woman, my mom, my past, because that's what you typically do, when you write. And that's probably why, your lyrics ain't cutting through like that. So the thing that we have to think about is it has to show our personality. It has to show our persona. It has to have something that an audience or a listener can connect to. What this is going to do is this is going to train your brain to think like this when you're writing your raps, because this is the thought process. And in that, as I'm writing my bars, as great rappers are writing their bars, they're thinking, with each bar, how can I say something dope? How can I say something potent? And it's filtered through that lens. So let's start with the first one. Now, with jewelry, I could say anything about jewelry, but it's going to be generic, or it's going to be something people have heard before, or it's not going to hit like that unless I make it specific to me, to my point of view, to mine, all right? My point of view is going to be different from Drake's. It's going to be different from Future's. It's going to be different from Kanye. It's going to be different from, it's going to be mine. So it may turn off some people, but I don't give a fuck. That's the whole point. I want to turn off some people because I want to let those people know this music is not for you. That's what I'm thinking as I'm writing my shit. So jewelry, let me see. Uh all right. So I said bitch want a Rollie but a pussy worth Cartier. Now, what does that basically mean is she want a Rolex, but the Cartiers are a little cheaper than the Rolex, and they not as prestigious in my mind as the Rollies. And so it's kind of an insult. It's kind of, and that would be kind of my approach. Well, yeah, hey man, hey, I might be a little disrespectful towards men, especially towards women. Especially, hey, that's just me. All right, love it, hate it, unsubscribe, whatever the fuck. That's just me. All right. Now, a woman, let's say, don't give a fuck about your baby daddy. They're my kids now. All right. Now, a lot of people like, man, you simping, man. I would never look like that. But that's just how I'm coming. Because in my raps, I do have, kind of grown man vibes. I look at things a little bit different, maybe but that's the whole point. That's me. I'm carving out my identity. You might not feel that, but somebody that feel that is going, it's going to connect. That's the whole point. Each one of these is very specific. It's not just this, and it's not just you know what I'm saying, generic stuff about the bitch, generic stuff about the chain. It's specific to who I am. All right. Now, let's say my mom. Told my mama, leave that nigga, I was only 5. With these specifics, I paint a picture, because like, dang, I'm, as a young kid, seeing this guy treating my mom a certain way. I'm telling my mom to leave. I say all that with just these 10 words. Told my mama, leave that nigga, I was only 5. I said, man, it's only me and you that we need to survive. Boom. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point. With one, it creates dense lyric writing. It creates dense bars because it says so much with so little. Bitch want a rollie but a pussy worth a Cartier. It shows that this chick might be entitled. This chick may be an Instagram model. This makes sure that I don't. This shows that obviously I don't think her worth is where she thinks her worth is. On the second one, don't give a fuck about your baby to my kids. Me stepping up, me being a man. Man, I love this girl so much, I'll take care of a kid. Man, she with a bum, now she was with a bum, now she with a real nigga now. All of those things that I'm saying in that line, that's why we have to approach our lyrics like this if we want them to be felt. Because what great rappers are doing, they're giving you this line after line after line after line after line after line, all right? Told my mama, leave that nigga, I was on, all right, say my past. Let me see, boom. If I confess to God my sins, he probably in. If I confess to God my sins, he probably in the car. Boom. I'm saying so much in that. I'm talking about my faith. So you know I have faith. You know that I'm looking for forgiveness. You also know that, dang, man, I might have done some stuff that even God might not be able to forgive me for. Also painting that picture of God hanging up the phone. Of course, God not hanging up the phone. That's a metaphor for me praying to God. No, I don't call God on the phone, but all of that is insinuated in just these bars. That's what I want y'all to do, all right? Write a list, all right? Say something about the car. See, the thing is, you could say something about the car, and you'll say some generic shit like that Ferrari 58 cherry red. Oh, but I added the detail. That don't hit. That don't cut through. That don't cut through. You know what I'm saying? It's gotta, if you gonna say something about the Ferrari, think about it. If you just say something about the Ferrari, it's not just gonna be the color. It's not just gonna be that he got it. It's gonna be he did something with the chick in it. He gonna tell you how much it costs. He gonna tell you what country it came from, got imported, or he gonna tell you what city he got it parked at and what house, and he don't even be at that house. It's gotta be specific. That's what cuts through. So say something about a car. Let me see something about a car and see. Check out my Patreon, where I have tons of content that is guaranteed to transform your skills as a rapper fast. I've seen artists go from good to great in the span of a couple weeks. Also, check out my website, where I have tons of courses on any subject that you may be having trouble with, whether that's flow, melody, or lyrics. Thank you guys, and let's have a great year.